What's going on, you guys? So, Vitaly Klitschko and Vladimir Klitschko, they're ready for war. They're ready to defend their country, and it's a lot going on that side of the world right now. And if you're not too familiar with this situation, basically, Vladimir Vladimir Putin wants to reunite Ukraine to make it what it once was like the Soviet Union, USSR, which back in the day, right? I think believe it was in the 90s when it ended. But he wants to make it all whole again, basically. Ukraine isn't having it. So yeah, it's a lot going on. But Vitaly Klitschko, for those who don't know, and you know Vitaly Klitschko, he's a boxing legend. He's a heavyweight, one of the great heavyweights in boxing, and he's a mayor of Kiev. I believe that's the city, and he's a Ukrainian politician. He's doing big things over there in Ukraine, and yeah, he had quite a bit to say in regards to this situation. And yeah, Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor, he had this to say in regards to what's going on. He says, city authorities in Kiev do everything to protect the city and Kiev. The capital authorities ensues the functioning of the critical infrastructure of the city, infrastructures of residential and utility services. Public transport on Mohara, the subway rides are now free of charge. But I urge to use public transport only those who work at strategic enterprises of the city and goes to work or from work. Everyone else, once again, please stay at home. And for the alarm signal, follow in the shelter. Due to the curfew, return to home on time. For the city's most urgent curfew travel, including CRF's shift workers, are required to carry IDs. Public transport during the curfew will not work, but all subway stations during the alarm are accessible to people at any time of the day to sit out the danger. I will also remind you that the entrances of Kiev at the checkpoints, we equip the protective facilities. Therefore, getting into the city can be difficult, but it will not be closed. Keeping up the hangover. Follow the rules that the situation dictates. We must take a stand. Glory to Ukraine. That's what former heavyweight boxing champion and mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko, had to say, right? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane what's going on, because this could lead to something even bigger, right? Something even bigger, World War III, once really, especially when America gets involved, if America gets involved. China president came out, he wants Putin to negotiate with the Ukraine. So China is not looking to really try to engage in war. It could get really ugly. But moving forward with this, the Klitschkos, they ready, man. They ready to defend their country. They ready to do what they got to do to, they ready to fight, man. They fighters, and this is, this is what they do. This is what they got to do to protect their country. This is some serious shit, man. This is some serious stuff that's going on over there, man. I mean, moving forward with it though, Ivan Redkach has some things to say in regards to Team Lomachenko. And Ivan Redkach, let me pull it up on the screen for you real quick. Ivan Redkach has some things to say about Lomachenko. Because basically from my understanding, right, and I've been kind of watching some stuff about this, and my understanding is that Ukrainian, I know like one of every Ukrainian speaks the Russian language, and the western part of Ukraine is like the Ukrainians, and then I think the eastern part is like kind of like mixed, right? And I believe Lomachenko, and as you can see here in this photo here, he wants to unite with Russia. He has Russian friends. And Ivan Redkach a while back called them traitors, this, that, and third. He really was coming at Team Lomachenko, more specifically Vasily Lomachenko. And Lomachenko here, let me read what Lomachenko has to say before I get to what Ivan Redkach had to say. Of course, Ivan Redkach, if you go on his social media, he don't have a Instagram, I believe, but if you go on his Twitter, is extremely graphic of what's really going on in the Ukraine. The stuff that they showing on the internet, the regular internet, more censored platforms, I mean, and TV, it's not what's really the stuff that if you go to Ivan Redkach's Twitter, okay, go to Ivan Redkach's Twitter, then you'll see what's really going on. It's wild. I'm surprised they allow that stuff on Twitter, to be honest with you, because it's pretty, yeah. But yeah, this is what Lomachenko had to say. He says, prayer for the peace of the whole world and the enlightenment of the people of the earth. Lord, grant peace to your people. Lord, grant your servants your Holy Spirit so that he may warm their hearts with your love and guide them all truth and goodness. The Lord, grant them your grace so that in peace and love they may know you and love you and say, like the apostles, at favor. It is good for us, Lord, to be with you. Warm the sorrow hearts of men. Let them praise you in joy, forgetting the sorrows of the earth. Good comforter, I cry, beseech thee, comfort the sorrowed souls of thy people. Make all your peoples understand your love and the sweetness of the Holy Spirit, so that people forget the sorrows of the earth and leave all evil and cling to you in love and live in peace, doing your will for your glory. This is what Lomachenko had to say in regards to this. I didn't really know what to expect when I was reading it, right? Because on the screen, as you see here, is in his language, but I got to translate here, and as I was reading, it was just this. So this is what Lomachenko had to say in regards to everything that's going on. He's more for peace and unite, you know. Guys like the Klitschkos seem to be more like, hey, we got to do what we got to do to defend our country. But Ivan Redkach, oh man, and yeah, Ivan Redkach for a while has been calling Team Lomachenko like traitor and things of that nature, right? He says here, Sasha, I'm sorry if I butchered it. Vasaya, Sasha, are you Ukrainians or shit? At the moment, two top athletes have kept silent about the war in Ukraine. These are Vasily Lomachenko, who simply disappeared somewhere, and Alexander Usyk, who is now trying to get to Ukraine from Ireland, or has already at Vasily Lomachenko. So that's what Ivan Redkach had to say. Yeah, so it's looking like Usyk is trying to get to the Ukraine. Vasily Lomachenko, he seemed to have disappeared somewhere, according to Ivan Redkach. But yeah, man, crazy situation, man. Pray for Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this doesn't really escalate to anything bigger. You know, Putin said, like, look, if anybody intervenes, I'm paraphrasing, if anybody intervenes, you will see, basically, he's going to come with that wrath that no one has ever seen. Basically is what he said. And from my understanding of Vladimir Putin, real quick, I don't know, this is a boxing channel, but real quick, I heard he was like some type of high-level special agent, Spetsnaz dude. So a guy like him probably was itching for some shit like this for a long time. But yeah, man, I pray for Ukraine. Man, all the fighters, the Ukrainian fighters, Ukrainian fighters, I pray for you guys. The Russians. Also, I hear that a lot of the Russian civilians, real quick, I hear that a lot of the Russian people is not with this, right? A lot of people trying to protest, but they're getting detained right away. I'm hearing that Putin really controls the media and everything out there. So the Russian people, the citizens, is not with this. But basically, Putin is trying to demilitarize the Ukraine. He's trying to demilitarize them. And I'm hearing that they have some really good resources out there. I'm not too privy, but I've been learning some things. But yeah, man, pray for these guys. I pray for their country. Man, like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.